Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Kem.
I'm Rue.
And this is In Your Prime. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us today. So today we got a hot, juicy topic for you. We're going to give you some tips on how to improve your social life, alright? Improve your social circle. Because today in 2023, you know, anything post-pandemic, it's been hard to meet people, right?
Yeah,
it's been
definitely.
very different. The game has changed, clearly. So you and I, all of us, we're all trying to adapt to this new world that we're living in, right? The new norm. And one of the biggest nuances is trying to find a way and how to meet people, right? So in today's video, we're going to go over some tips on how to improve your social life, okay? The first thing we want to go over, though, to fix any problem, and if this is a problem for you, if not, maybe you could still benefit somehow, but to fix any issue, the first thing to do is to gain awareness of it first, right?
Yep.
We always want to admit a problem before we can even try to change it. You have to first learn to accept it. So if you're lacking in this area, first be aware of what does your social circle consist of? Is it mostly the friends, like your friends from before, your friends from childhood that you're speaking to? If you have those friends in your life, and they've stayed consistent throughout all these years, I suggest you keep them because those friends are going to be very hard to find. But how many people are you speaking to in a day? How many people are you speaking to in a week? Right? Are they your neighbors? Are they your coworkers? Are they your consistent friends? Your social circle is a big deal. They say you are the average sum of the 5 people you spend the most time around, right?
Facts.
So you want to be conscious of that. If you're constantly around people who have negative beliefs, who have limiting beliefs on life, limiting beliefs on themselves, you don't think that's going to transfer over to you? Most likely it will. So you want to be able to incorporate like some awareness as to who you're spending the most time around, not just people who you might see occasionally and things like that. Maybe even just take note of the people you're spending the most time with each week. That will play a part as to your social circle. And as we know, you know the saying, your network is your net worth. Excuse me, your net worth is your net worth. Vice versa. It can go either way. Basically, the people that you're spending the most time with will dictate the amount of value that you're putting out there to the world, the amount of value that you see in yourself even. Because I can tell you, I've been through some rough times in my life, and this man has been a good support for me, as well as many other friends in my life. But they've helped me to get through some tough times, and unless I had that network of people, I would not be I don't even like the term high value, but I wouldn't have the positive value. I wouldn't have the positive belief in myself unless I had that strong social circle. Not just to support me and give me praise when you know, praise sounds good, but people who can hold you down, who can make you feel accountable for when you mess up. For maybe there might be some times that some people might need to tell you what is reality versus what's just in your head. So be aware of your current social circle.
Guys, also, one thing I want to chime in real quick is that scientists have found something called mirror neurons. So like Cam said, the people you hang out around with, it's like you sync with them. Just like you sync your Bluetooth to your car system, like it syncs in. So even bad patterns that they may like have, that you will have them too, because you're around them every single day. They put ideas in your head, so you start thinking like them, you start acting like them. This happens in real time. If you ever watch a basketball game, right? You sometimes see players do the exact same movement, the exact same repetitions again and again. It's because they've been playing together for so long. Now they're synced up. Now they act alike, think alike, and move alike. You know what I mean? So it's very careful and can be very detrimental to yourself if you hang around the wrong people. Get people around who are positive, who are always trying to prove themselves, who are ambitious. You know what I'm saying? You want to have that positive interaction in your life, and it all comes from your friends, from the people you hang around with. And not just people you listen to also. So just be very careful who you let into your social circle.
Yep, because those people will either hinder you or help you in the future, alright?
Absolutely.
Tip number 1, be aware of who you're spending the most time with.
Hey guys, for our second point is be what you want to attract, right? For example, there's this woman at my job who she always complains about she has no friends, no one likes her, no one talks to her. And then when she sees me, she says, everyone's talking to me, everyone likes me. She's like, Rue, how do you do that? And I told her, do you say hi to them back, or are you friendly to them first? And she says, no. I'm like, well, that's the problem. When I first started the job, no one knew me. I was a nobody. But every single day I made a point to say good morning, and it was respectful to everyone. It started for me not being known by anyone to everyone knowing me, right? Because I put myself out there. if you want something in life, you have to be that what you want, right? If you want people to be nicer, be nicer. You want people to go out the way to call you, be that person that calls other people. Like, you never want to put yourself in a position to be taken advantage of, but at the same time, if you want something to happen, to work, you have to be that one to set the example, be that one who leads yourself and to get what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to chime in because he brought up a good point. There is the juxtaposition between being what you want, being the thing that you want to attract in your life, but also not letting people take advantage of you. Because if you're constantly just being nice to people who are not returning that in favor, then it might be time to just kind of pull away from those people. So this is kind of going along with the first point, ladies and gentlemen. Be aware of the people you're speaking to. Be aware of who you're actually trying to establish a friendship or a connection with. If you're constantly trying to be nice and respectful to people, that's great. If it is to be, it must begin with me. But at the same time, there are people who are not going to be receptive to that. There's people who are just completely unhappy with their lives. They might have a lot going on, some past traumas and whatnot, and they won't be receptive. So still continue to be the person that you are. It has to start with you, but also be able to have that awareness as to, all right, maybe I'm wasting my energy on this relationship. Maybe it's not going anywhere, right? So the second point is be that what you want, but also be very careful with who you're trying to spend that time and energy with.
Absolutely, and don't let that discourage you. Like, if you're being respectful, nice to somebody, and they don't return it back, don't automatically cut off all your nice qualities and good traits. Those are things that are valuable. Those are things that will get you ahead in life and get you a long-lasting, meaningful relationship. So if someone is not reciprocating, okay, that's their problem, and they'll go on in life getting problems themselves, right? But your focus is to be what you want to attract, right? For example, if you want someone who's in shape, who has a good diet, you're a person who likes to do that same thing. You know, you probably meet someone at the gym who has the same likeness as you do when it comes to fitness, right? Yep. Or if you're like into book reading or into novels, maybe you go to an event where they have people who are like offers having like a book signing or something like that. You may meet your future wife or husband there, right?
Even at the library.
You never know. Yeah. The point we're trying to make is that if you want to, we were talking about, people are lonely, people who don't have that much friends in this day and age, right? A lot of times because of the virus, everyone stayed inside and got comfortable being, always inside, not going out and doing things with other people, right? Yeah. So now they're like trained themselves to be like, introverted when they could be outside, interacting with people and stuff like that. So you have to get out of your comfort zone, right? And like go out places, meet different people, do things that you wouldn't normally do, right? To get something that you didn't have before. So, like I said, point number 2, be that what you want to attract.
And for the third tip, so you went out, you found out what type of qualities you wanted in another person, right? You went out, you started meeting new people, you started gaining some new friends, maybe even a potential relationship, a potential spouse. The first part of that is difficult enough in meeting new people. You kind of have to get over that fear of getting out of your comfort zone and just starting a conversation with someone. That's difficult already. Now comes the second difficult part, and that's maintaining that relationship, maintaining a new relationship that maybe has strong potential or not. You'll never know that unless you actually go through the process with that person. So the third point is maintaining that relationship. And some helpful tips on how to maintain a healthy relationship is maintaining healthy boundaries, okay?
Absolutely.
Boundaries can come in the form of giving respect to other people, but also expecting respect from other people. There is a term that says, like, the more you expect people to act in a certain way, the more disappointed you will become. And there is some truth to that. You should only expect a lot from yourself, and people will behave the way that people want to behave. It's true. But also, if you want a strong dynamic, if you want like anything long lasting, it's gonna have to be a give and take. It can't just be me giving, and the other person just kind of taking, and vice versa. So one way to do that is to be able to give respect to others, but also expect a little bit of that in return. And another way to gain respect from other people is to never tolerate disrespect. If something is bothering you, something even small or minute, yes, there are some things you can just kind of let go. It might be something more that's just with you, something more specific to you. Yeah. And maybe at that point you have enough self-awareness to be like, okay, that's something small. I can let that go.
Petty,
Right. But if it's something that is actually counter your belief, if it's something that is actually upsetting you, and something that keeps happening repetitively, and you want to bring it out, it's probably best that you do learn to bring that out, okay? Because eventually that could creep into other areas in the future for that relationship, and it could end up turning something small into something that much more drastic. And it didn't have to be that way, but it did end up becoming that way just because it wasn't settled to begin with. And if we know anything about our emotions, like the more that we resist them, the more that they persist as well. So if you want respect from others, you have to learn first how to give respect, and at the same time learn how to receive it. Learn how to give love, receive love. If something is bothering you in that dynamic, you need to be able to speak up for yourself and advocate. And you will be so surprised, ladies and gentlemen. You actually taking the initiative to speak to that person. Most times people are not used to that. People are so used to sweeping things under the rug, right? Just kind of letting things go.
Aggressive,
and then the same issue happens again. If you actually do talk to that person will then more than likely start to respect you. Right, and with respect comes a sense of loyalty. With respect comes more commitment.
That's trust
like that.
too.
Yeah, it's building a stronger relationship with that person. Okay, so learn to advocate for yourself. Speak up for yourself where you need to, and that can help create some more healthier boundaries for you in the future.
One thing I will add, Kim, is another way to maintain a good relationship is think of it like maintaining a vehicle, right? Every once in a while, you need to do a checkup, see how the tires are, if you get your oil change, things like that. The same thing you have to do with relationships. Check in on your friends, your family members. If you're in like a romantic relationship, check in on them, see if they're good, like how you feeling, how's your mental doing. And like, it's, for example, if they have some loss or a birthday or a baby shower, there's always some way you can like chime in or say, give your congrats or condolences to show people that you care. Is that if you show people you care, then they'll show them that they care about you, right? Sometimes you have to be a leader and being like a consistent, good person in a relationship. Because a lot of times people just don't know how to maintain good relationships, right? So sometimes you have to be that person to do that. And voice your, if you're displeased in how they're returning it back to you, voice it. Say, hey, I call you all the time and you don't call me back. And I don't respect it. I don't like that, right? And you go from there. But maintaining a relationship, it has to be something that you have to work towards, right? It has to be something you can't just forget about or do something else, right? It requires a lot of selflessness, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we just think about what's going on in our lives, right? You know, what's going on with my job, or, you know, a girlfriend or boyfriend you might have, or your own family members. I know it's tough, but to maintain some good friendships, some good like relationship is worth it. Worth taking that 10-minute or even 2 seconds to text, hey, how you doing? How's that foot feeling? You know what I mean? It'll mean a lot to a person that you're in a relationship with, I guarantee you.
Absolutely. So hey everyone, those are the 3 tips on how to improve your social life in 2023. If you like the content that we went over today, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. We're always looking for feedback as to what is helpful and other areas that we can improve our content. Like, what would you like us to share? All right? So we hope this helps. My name is Kem.
I'm Rue.
And this was another episode of In Your Prime. We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.